Oh, is anybody else here? Okay. Let's all right. So this session is mostly for a recap of Project 1 for anyone who is still working on Project 1, and we can start looking at Project 2. Although I haven't really prepared as much for Project 2, so we will just have a brief discussion of it if anybody joins. Or that, yeah. So. Share my application window. Which one did I want? This one? Okay, so oopsie. I think that's the wrong screen. See, share the different screen. Application window. Alright, nice entire screen. Can't share my entire screen. Pardon me for having difficulties. Can I share this? Can I not share that? What is going on? I'm confused. Yeah, okay, right. Same. I guess people have multiple screens. Lucky them. All right. So to recap of Project 1, right? So I'll start by talking about color space. What's the color space, right? So, in computer vision, we see all the colors, and we can distinguish objects that we see by color, and color means something to us. It might not quite mean the same thing to a computer. So let's see how color is represented in pixels. Right? So there are some Python imports here. This one's for Matplotlib for graphing stuff. So there's NumPy, numerical Python. So there to do a lot of the matrix multiplication, matrix operation, stuff like that. CB2, computer vision, OpenCV or Open Computer Vision for drawing stuff, creating shapes, all of your computer vision, which is what a lot of this course is all about, right? This line just says for more or less for iPad notebook that this will print all the stuff in line. Not really needed for anything else, but for iPad notebook and some few other things you need to have them in line, otherwise it will just print this object here itself, like matplotlib, the image, whatever, and not actually give it a graph. So for me, I like to I find having more than one example helpful, so I essentially represented the same topics from holy shit. Sorry. Perfect. Yeah, Sebastian wasn't here to tell me about the volume again, so I forgot about the volume. Okay. Confirm people are able to join. Double check if everybody else has joined. Not yet. Okay, so first one. So what is what's that represented in pixels? Are red, right? Red is let's see. See, I put 5500, and this thing drawing a rectangle from this is the well, this is the whole space, and this is the rectangle, and the rectangle is being drawn here. Right? I'm not the most learner, but you can figure it out. You can see the red rectangle is more or less a square is being drawn here. For green, this is 250. So color goes from 0 to 250. 250 is the most anything you can get. So that's the most green. This is the most red, right? Just for fun, let's run it. That's green, right? And the blue. So by the way, this is what they mean by RGB space. Red, green, and blue, right? Like this. So this is I see it has blue square here. All right, so color with different volume will have a different color. So this is a mix of the volumes. Right? So you can see it's cyan-ish here. Okay, so now here's the filter. Like this filter is essentially questioning whether anything is blue inside this image. So the image that's mixed up here that we had before is being copied. It's being now plus color select. You might have seen this name before. I'm just representing it again here. As you can see, there's several thresholds, 3 thresholds, right? And these thresholds are being applied to the color section. This will actually result in a more or less a Boolean. So it says anything that is below the threshold is black. But luckily, the rectangle is full blue. It actually survives this. I mean, more or less like how it survived this filter. So it's also very red and very green. But we know that this isn't very red and green. It's very green, but it's not very red. It's cyan, not purplish cyan or dark cyan. So you can see that this actually will result in that it's no longer here, right? All right. Okay, so it's a very green. It is very green. So you can see with the second threshold. So this essentially says this threshold. These are the values, and RGB, which is the 3 values inside of this. So this first dimension 7, and third dimension, third dimension 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Comparing all these 3 values, that says whether this whether a color falls below the threshold, which is you don't want that color. It's basically what you're saying, right? And this is there, like this threshold. It's matrix of booleans, true false. Regional interest. Okay, so part of our project is that you're cutting a regional interest within your map. You're given quite a large image, probably larger than this, but it's more or less the same kind of exercise. But I done it differently. I created a random image with a lot of different colors. This actually probably looks like what you see our television when we don't have signal. So good old days, we're using the antenna television. It looks like that, which is kind of funny too. But so going to reach around them and putting random RGB into them. Okay. So let's cut the region of interest, starting from left bottom, which actually is let's see. So you can see actually it starts from like X and Y. Y actually starts from the top at 0, right? So this left bottom will be here, right bottom, top, bottom. So that's the maximum width of our image here, which is 5. And it would be here, and apex would be, well, or wherever it ends, it's going to be ending at 0 here. So right in the middle, this will be drawing a triangle here, more or less, something like that, right? Shape of this is giving the dimension of the polygon. Let's see this. Yeah. Actually, no. This is this is what's being used for by this this function here. It's doing some really crazy math, which mesh grid, which you can look into, but essentially it gives this yeah, there's some really gnarly math here going on. Let's think about it. So this gives x, y. Maybe we could take some time later. Essentially, if this is this region threshold evaluates fine, right? Essentially, this whole thing is just saying whether it is within this polygon that you draw. So all this here was to specify that to give you the threshold matrix for whether it fell into the polygon. And this time in this case it's a triangle. And I think for the project triangle more or less it would be fine. So anything that falls into this will be red. Right? Not sure about rerunning it because it's let's try to rerun it. Green. All right, so there's a situation where I can combine these. So the we already defined the polygon here. I added a additional filter called bluish. Essentially saying whether this something is blue. Well, actually, no, I changed this around. So you can see this as saying it's very red. It's very red and pretty green and somewhat reasonably blue. Your filters will be different. And what you're trying to do. Right? Make it some reasonable volume. So this is the randomly generated image. And we say that the region selected is within your color threshold and within the see, this is the or, so this would look quite different actually. Okay. So if it is if it's within the threshold, or that it is not within this region, so essentially anything outside of this the triangle here. If it is within color threshold, if it's not actually, if it didn't fit, if it's less than the color threshold, which is what you want, or it is outside, all those will be blacked out. It really depends on what you're trying to do here. You can change this around. Can make everything else white. I don't know why you might need that, but so, yeah. That's the gist of that, more or less. Not really trying to go into the candy edge detection, because I figure more or less everybody. I mean, once you get a idea of the basics, you can take care of that, no problem. Anyway, you notice how the lines were also filtered out here for anything for any filter that wasn't any filter that is without the red. So if I wanted to keep the line, I don't quite know why if draw that line. You can see this actually kept the line as 255. If anything goes right, what's wondering. Okay, nobody else has joined. Oh, wrong. Some message here. Okay, never mind. All right. I think one of the challenging thing for project one, other things is understanding the half transform. Actually, this was an old article that was a still reference form. I was in class. It seems to not be referenced anymore. But the idea was taken from more or less taken from the same thing. Right. So so generally going from the image space, which is the dots, the lines, to half space, which actually is the max plus b, like run intercept. Image space like here, like this. In permanent space, it would be like I'm having a hard time understanding this myself. Just a little bit. Okay. At each angle from 90 degrees. But I did really think about this part here. And I think this part is helpful. So yeah, see the half transform, that there is this intersect here, which is at 45 degrees. Right? This is essentially saying that there is a line that intersects this here at 45 degrees. And distance pixels. So this is how far is away from okay. And I mean, beyond anything, if your intuition from the project would be that if you have multiple, a large cluster at point like this, that means there is a line. Okay. But also the other thing you need to think about is this this angle here. So this is 45 degrees. For your project, 45 degrees might not be good. You might need something like this or like that. That's kind of really speculative on your part. I'm not trying to give anything away. Yeah, I would really urge you to read this article if you're having issues on the transform. I mean, I read it for a bit and already helped me. So, um, yeah. Okay, still a little bit there. Okay. All right. So let's go on to project project 2, I guess. Be really hard because most of my stuff has been nuked from has been nuked from the workspace. Let me see if I can still access the workspace. All right. All right, let's go over the project instructions. Okay. So goal of the project is to write software to identify in boundaries in video from face portraits and camera calibration. So this is an additional step on top of project 1. Test those images. This part possibly. Be precise. Testing workspace commit to GitHub. Commit their project to GitHub repo to do this. You must change string. Okay, yeah, that is. Okay, let's go over the project rubric. Operation, basically how you compute images. If I remember, this was chessboard. Yeah, this is real deal. Actually, you actually see this in Oliver Cameron's background of with the autonomous vehicle in the garage. So it's actually is there, and it's being used still. So. Which actually implies that Voyage is possibly still using the hand-featured thing detection technique. Okay, OpenC function other method has been used to correct. Rectify each image for side view transform image should include the right up or this project, provide, describe how, and identify variable code perform, active. Polynomial fitting, provide an example image of your, okay. Who's, oh, I think that was, okay. Like back to here, back to real. Alright, so meet specification. Image from chat is subject to find line successful processes a video. Output should new video, then for every frame, output generated regarding videos. Pipeline should do correctly map out curved lines, not fill in straddle pavement. Alright, so some hint here is that you could change your could change your gradient or actually your HRS value when you see more shadows, I suppose. There are some more extensive researches done here. I figure that's one thing to do. Zero problem issue phrase. Fail. Yeah, I think I will give you guys to try these first. For anything. Okay. Anything else? YouTube page. Okay. Okay, I think I could stop this now. Yeah, I think the plan from now on would be that every week I would review the project for last week and start looking into project for second week. Honestly, wasn't expecting my workspace to be locked down. But yeah, it's all right. It's all right. I'll be able to do it next time. All right.